to the Jam Hour, where we talk on the hottest topics. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. CT on YouTube.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back. This week I have Logan with Bayfit Collective here with me.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Logan, alongside his incredible team, hosts a series of outdoor workouts, yoga, run clubs, and a series of other different events. And so today I want to get into the meat of what it is that has caused you to create these cultural forward community events.
Yeah, Jalen, thank you so much for having us. I think the biggest thing when we talk about community and engaging with the culture is just finding a way for us to have a glimpse of just giving back to the community that we're serving in, right? So you hit on a lot of different things. We've done yoga with 5-0 Society. We're having another one actually very, very soon. So make sure to look at our Instagram pages very soon for that promo. We had an event yesterday called the Night Shift, which is an after-hours HIIT workout class. So think the club meets the gym, 5 to 8 p.m. We work with local organizations, and we partner with different gyms and charities, and it's just basically, again, giving back to the community and really just finding a way to be that next layer and connective tissue, if you will, when it comes to just building and kind of just making sure we have our own impact and lasting impact, rather, on the community here in Oakland.
And so I have my notes because I want to make sure I'm hitting everything, y'all. So if you see me looking at my notes, yes, because I came prepared. I want to get into the events that you create throughout the SF Bay Area, Oakland area. So for those who are just now tuning in, this is an exclusive opportunity. So if you ever have the chance of being in Oakland, the Bay Area, these are the things you need to be a part of, especially if you're into them run clubs. We know a lot about them run clubs. And so I actually want to poke fun at that. No, really, because I'm here with the corporate of the run clubs, y'all. Man. This is the person who's putting the run clubs together. Hide your girlfriends, okay? Hide your man, okay? This is the reason. So no, because I know like in today's time, like everybody is really shading the run clubs, but health and wellness and community has like been a huge transformation like over the last like if not 4 to 5 years, especially now post-COVID.
For sure.
And so I really want to congratulate you for taking the initiative to bring people together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes people be like, what y'all doing in these groups? But like, I really appreciate you for putting this together. And so I know that you're big about fitness and helping shape society and culture. And so at what moment did you realize that through fitness, this was possible?
Yeah, great question. I think the biggest thing for me is like when I was a kid, I was a football, basketball, and track were my things. Like my parents, I think they called us, in terms of my parents, like scholar student athletes. So we focus on the academic element, but also we focus on the athletic element and just kind of intersecting those two things together. And I think that when I graduated from high school and I ran track for the University of Virginia, it was like, okay, I'm finding myself, I'm finding my identity, I'm finding my why. But then I got hurt my last year in school, and that shifted my entire narrative because I realized I wasn't going to go pro in my sport. But the sport was my community. And I feel like when I graduated, it was like I lost that. I lost sight of it. Like I moved to Boston, worked for a tech company out there, and I was very isolated. It was really, really cold, not even just in terms of temperature, but I feel like the community, I was like, I'm trying to figure out how to find that community. And I had a coworker, his name was Chad, and he connected me with Pioneers Run Club with Sid and his amazing team out there. And I was able to find for the first time post-school, like a year and a half after school, that community, that love for sport. And I think one of the biggest things when I was doing track, I was a 400, 800 guy. For any of my track people out there, short stuff like 1 lap, 2 lap for races. And now I'm running 5Ks, 10Ks, like 10 milers. I'm like, what kind of crazy stuff is this?
No, you be running every day. I see you on Instagram. He's faithful, y'all. Like I'm telling you, hide everybody, okay? This man, man. No, for real, you're very inspiring. And so like for me, I didn't really grow up athletic. Like just sidebar. I didn't really grow up that athletic. I tried. But my dad, he played sports. And throughout my life, like I did a little, like what is it, like a Pop Warner, team sports. But no, like I admire people who played sports and still keep that athleticism, like even outside of that. And like, that's what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think, again, it's the biggest thing. Shout out to my parents for putting us in sports at a young age. And it's always so funny. My teammates, when I played basketball, really hated running. I loved it. And I guess now, fast forward 10 plus years, I'm still kind of running, a little different thing. But I think when it comes to like our team and what we try to do is we're really just trying to build something to where you come to a Bayfit Co event. It's like, wow, like that was an amazing experience. I want to come back. I want to bring a friend. I want to bring another friend. But also when you go there, even if you go by yourself, we try to make sure our events are as warm and as fuzzy as possible. So you can meet somebody there as well and say, hey, you know what? What do you want to do next Saturday? What are you doing next Sunday? Like, oh, you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go to another trap yoga event with 5-0 Society and Bayfit Co? Do you want to, go and enjoy an experience with God's gym and our circuit, which is really the first thing that we started in November of last year. It's kind of crazy to think about that. We literally started in November of 2025, and fast forward to now, what month are we in? August, and almost at our 1 year. And it's just kind of, again, like, I don't think when we thought we were beginning this that we would ever have maybe the impact that we've had, but I think that this is just still really just the beginning and scratching the surface of where ultimately we want to go.
And so I just want to piggyback off what you said about meeting people at the events and just attending and having an overall good time. That's where I discovered you at Soul Blends, first year anniversary. Shout out Soul Blends.
Yeah,
they had a wonderful event where they had vendors and they had, people like you with the collectives that were hosting workouts. And so that's where I was able to see, shout out Derek, okay, behind the scenes. Derek was a wonderful coach, okay? Like, I love that that's why when I came to night shift, I was like, hold on. I was not expecting that. I was not, but it was fun. But I was expecting, like, okay, we got a trainer and then you're going to follow this workout. No. Y'all have people
working.
Moving. Yeah, but even through that, like, when I was sitting down, I was able to meet a friend. Okay. Shout out Road, okay? And like, even through that, like, so now I know when I see her out, I've met her at an event that speaks to her greatness already. I know what she's on. I know what she's about. And so let that be a message to anybody watching. Realize where you be meeting people at, okay? Because you can meet somebody in a club, kiki, and have a good time. But what's the longevity of that relationship? Right. What exactly are you going to be pouring into each other? Nice. Is it just liquor? Is it just, you feel me, food for thought? Right. I'm able to meet somebody at a wellness event, and I know that this person, if they ever see me slacking and you need to get yours in the gym, girl. Like, what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, but that's genuine. Yeah. And so I feel like that's the kind of people that you guys are bringing out, is people who have a certain level of consciousness. Yeah. And so through that, they're able to find the right people. And we're going to get into finding the right people a little later, because I know you launched a new app. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. But, Logan. Yeah. I have a little something for you.
Oh, man. We got.
Okay. All right. So, do you want me to go in the bag, or you gonna go in the bag? Y'all look at the bag.
Look at the bag.
It's a special mystery prize.
Oh man.
You want to go get it? Okay. You know what your flavor is.
What I do?
Wait.
It's in me right here. Oh, look good.
We got you some undefeated cold pressed juice. My flavor that I got is Passion Paradise, and then I think I got you
Berry Blast, which is pretty awesome. Raspberry, watermelon, red apple, pineapple, strawberry, lemon. Sounds amazing.
Okay, so given this,
do I shake it?
Shout out Undefeated Cold Press, y'all. Shake it up. Make sure you shake it up really good. Also, if you ever got, always shake it up. I got passion fruit in mine. I was like, is these chia seeds? Okay.
Okay, right.
Cheers.
Healthy. Cheers.
But I'm gonna let you take your sip first, and then after your sip, I gotta ask you a question.
Oh wait, hold on. There's a piece of it. All right, let's see what's going on. That's good.
This one's good.
That's really good.
I ain't had the passion fruit.
No, listen, they're about to get a new customer because this is pretty good.
So speaking of wellness and activation, so he's a vendor and he is in the Bay Area. He's local right now. So make sure you guys grab while you can if you're in the Bay Area. But no, these are wellness drinks. They're 100% natural. And if you're looking for somebody who just needs an alternative to drinking, or maybe not drinking the right things, grab you one of these. And so given that, I have a sponsored question today. Sure. I'm making it a sponsored question. Okay. First, tell me, how does the mindset of Undefeated apply to the work that you're doing right now?
How does the mindset of Undefeated apply to the work we're doing right now? That's a good question. I think the biggest thing for us when it comes to being undefeated, it could be looked at as like, winning every single game. Mm-hmm. And I think first thing I think about is the New England Patriots, right? 18-0. Or undefeated could just be taking that first step, moving across the country, building friendships, building community. The biggest thing I think for like even myself, right, when it came to being quote unquote undefeated, was moving across the country for the first time, finding my new sense of community, new love for enjoyment when it came to my athletic element and background. Because again, what I said before, the biggest thing that I felt from high school to college to professional life was the shifting of the guard in terms of friendships and family, and realizing, okay, life's getting kind of real right now, like in terms of paying bills, or trying to figure out what else I can do on the weekends outside of maybe going out to a bar and going for a drink, because I stopped drinking. And it was like, okay,
go ahead, Logan. How long has it been?
It's been 1 month, 3 in August. It's been since the Super Bowl weekend. So
okay.
January?
Yeah.
Or sorry, February? So
You did. This is a 180-day hard.
Listen. I don't know. I think it was more of a situation where it was like, all right, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. You know, and then again, I'm not going to knock it for anybody else, but that could be like, you know, your element. But for me, it was like my element of being undefeated was testing myself when it came to, you know, walking the walk and the talk when it comes to what I'm doing, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to being active in the community and doing stuff with BayFit Collective, with my incredible team, or when it comes to working out, you know, preparing for high rocks or half marathons or whatever else that I'm doing, undefeated is more than just you. Undefeated is more than just being self. It's collectively the community of people that we're working with. And I think when it comes to your overarching question, like, I'm undefeated because I have a great group of guys that I work with every single day, and we talk about different strategies, different events, different partners, and they're like my brothers, man. Like, I love them to death. I'm very grateful to have them, you know, be part of BayFit Collective with me.
And so we're going to get into your team a little later, because I don't want to not praise them, but I want to get into the other questions too. But I have a moment for you to really expound on what your team means to you. But first, I know earlier you mentioned going to the University of Pennsylvania. Virginia, excuse me. I have it written down. You went to the University of Virginia. And you also grew up athletic. Did you ever plan to play sports on a major scale? And how have you been able to implement your degree post-college?
Great question. So my dad ran track at UVA, and my uncles played basketball and football there. So I knew when I was going to go to a school, UVA was always my dream school. I didn't know if I was going to be an athlete or be good enough to play, D1. Or I guess in this case, run D1. But I knew it was always a dream and always a goal of mine. And I had a coach, his name was Coach Kitchen, rest in peace, Coach. Mm-hmm. And he always had this one phrase, if it is to be, it's up to me. 9 words that changed my entire landscape of how I look at life.
It is to be, the more time?
If it is to be, it's up to me.
Okay.
Something where it's like, if you want to do something, you have to be the change agent in your life to make that possible, right? You have to get the grades. You have to, maybe you said late nights when it comes to studying, when it comes to training. Like I was training back in like 4th and 5th grade at 6, 8, 9, 10 p.m. on Friday evenings when a lot of my friends would have been going out to the bar, or I guess in that case we weren't drinking then, but going out and doing other things. I was like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to learn how to take care of my body, or to eat right, or my parents are putting me in different clinics and opportunities in that space. And shout out to my family. They really made me kind of who I am today. Love you, Mom and Dad, and Sila and Kai, my sisters. But I think it's just an opportunity again to look at a lens of how it got me to where I am now. And I got hurt my senior year of high school, or my junior year of high school in basketball. Went up for rebound, torn ligaments in my ankle, stress fractures, reconstructive surgery. And that shifted my entire framing of, okay, I'm not playing basketball in school, but I kind of like this running thing. Like, let me take this a little bit more seriously. And fast forward, a year, signed my national letter of intent, went to University of Virginia, and I kind of took off from there in terms of my opportunity to see sports in a different way, going at the D1 level. Mm-hmm. And then I think when it came to your last portion of your question, my dream was, when I was in school, to be the next Stuart A. Scott, next broadcaster.
Okay.
So I was a digital media major. I took a class, we had ESPN sideline reporting. So I was actually interviewing my fellow athletes, which was pretty awesome. Launched a TV show in school called The Who, which is the behind the scenes of all of athletes in track and field team, on my team rather, and getting to understand their day in the life, their experiences, previews of meets, recaps. And I loved these things. And I was like, this is really awesome. But then I graduated from school. I was like, okay, I want to go to ESPN. I want to go to, to CBS Sports or Raycom, which was a big thing for the ACC. And I was like, well, they're not having opportunities for me that I can, get a role. So I was like, let me find a new way to find an element that I love, digital media. And I created TV shows in previous jobs, tying my love for sports with product like Azure and SQL Server. Not the most fun thing to talk about at all, but finding a way to create my love for sports and infusing that into the space of work that I do now.
So we have so many similarities there, because I went to a D1 college as well. I went to the University of Missouri. Shout out Mizzou. And so I too studied sports broadcasting. Yeah. That's what I went for. But like I told you, I was not athletic whatsoever. So for me, in hearing your story, that's why I stopped. It's because I realized that I'm going out for these jobs where there's people who love to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, from being a player, but then also like the digital media aspect of it too. And so I realized that there's way more people who appreciate this work
Yeah.
and who could do this full time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like I can go start my own show and talk to
Right.
athletes.
You're
And
here right now.
we're here,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so,
Doing it right now.
So I definitely feel you on that. And so I applaud you on being unstoppable and making sure you didn't stay stopped at not necessarily being what you thought you were going to be, but being who you still choose to be, and that's successful. That's greatness. That's you know what I'm saying? Like you still chose that, regardless. And so I feel like Bayfit Collective embodies that.
Yeah.
All of what you wanted, and all of what you're still like wanting to put out. So
Yeah, for sure.
You're welcome.
Well, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Listen, thank you.
You're welcome. So my next question.
Yeah.
What is the reason for creating an initiative for people to move with purpose, creating meaningful relationships, and experience collective growth? That's the first half.
Yeah. No, great question. I think the biggest thing is I think COVID changed a lot of things for us. I mean, even speaking for myself, like I moved to the Bay Area in 2019 the first time. So it was right before COVID. And then 2020 and COVID hit, I was like, okay, the world stopped. And we all were craving that element to connect with other people, to move our bodies, to just get outside of our homes. Because I know, especially in California, we're the first place to shut down during COVID. And we followed, we really did follow the rules here. And I think that the biggest thing for me was like, okay, I'm finally finding my groove. I'm finally meeting new people. And then this, unforeseen, virus that really shaped and changed a lot of things of our day-to-day interactions, right? It made me sit there and like, okay, well, how can I kind of be, still involved with people if I'm isolated? So when I joined Bounce Bay Area, which was then changed to Bounce SF, and I was able to find a community. And we went to Cleveland Cascades and Lake Merritt. I would drive all the way from San Jose to Oakland on Saturdays and meet these amazing people and work out for an hour. We would then go to, a restaurant near Lake Merritt and eat and fellowship. And it was like, that was an incredible opportunity for me to just meet new people, but also to get out of my shell. Because for a long time, I was like, I already don't know anybody, so where am I going to go?
Yes, I want to get it. That's in my next question too for you, because I know you a transplant. I know you a transplant.
I'm a transplant. I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
So ultimately, would you say there was something missing in your life?
Yeah, I think the thing missing in my life, I think was just honestly just finding my why. Like I was lost. I think it was like, okay, I have a great job, maybe on paper. I live in a great area, but who is Logan? And it was like, what is Logan? Now, what is Logan going to do? And I think that with talking to my parents and shout out mom and dad. And shout out mom and dad, man, calling my parents all the time. Love them. They're great. I think it was just like, okay, like if you're not liking it, then, maybe you come home and maybe, you restart, you come back and we are in your family and you find kind of like your center of purpose and meaning. And I was like, you know what, like pandemic's happening. It's super expensive out here in the Bay Area. Let me go back home and recharge. And I went home for 3 years. I worked for a different, tech company and I was fully remote. So it was great. I was finding like, my why in my community, but I was okay. It's great being home, but I still felt like that allure and that pull of the Bay Area. It's like, I didn't get a really good opportunity and a good shake of really getting a chance to experience it because we were in lockdown, the entire time. So when I got a new opportunity, a new role, I was like, yeah, I'm taking it. I'm moving back to the Bay. I'm moving back. I'm going to see the Bay Area, baby. We move back. But it was, again, like an opportunity, right, to be able to formulate, a sense of community. I was 6 years older. I was wiser, at least in my mind. Maybe not.
Okay.
But I was in a situation where mentally I feel like I can actually see community and see connectivity in a different light. And that's when it was talking to the guys. I'm like, listen, there's a lot of incredible groups out here that we've been a part of. And like when I first moved back, the first day I moved back, Town Strides, I think, was just starting in 2024. And I went and I met a lot of great people out there, in that experience. And obviously I knew Mike and Marcus, the co-owners of Finesse, where we had our event, Night Shift, yesterday. August 8th?
Yeah, well.
August 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, August 8th, somewhere in that window of time, August 8th. That was an opportunity for us to kind of, again, like reformulate an even stronger partnership because it was like, okay, we knew each other before. COVID kind of isolated us. But like, let's reconnect and see kind of where are our synergies, where are our partnerships, where is the opportunity lie for us to connect. I think that was really a blessing. And I think fast forward, it's like those experiences that I had the first go around definitely shaped, the experience now. And
so I want to now hone into the importance of inclusivity, teamwork, and community activities.
Yeah.
How has your experience curating culture fitness events throughout the Bay Area been partnering with existing gyms and organizations?
Yeah, that's a great question too. And I think the biggest thing, again, like when you look at like the night shift component, and shout out Brandon, from our team with coming up with that name and also the framing behind it was working with a lot of different local gyms. Because again, you mentioned we are transplants, but it's like working with local gyms, mobilizing their communities, highlighting and spotlighting these different opportunities, organizations in a way where we partner with local charities and fundraisers, and portion of proceeds go to those fundraisers and organizations to then also highlight them in different ways, right? And then even going into our reset event, which is like our recovery wellness event, and shout out Derek from our team from helping and putting that together as well. Working with Longfellow Fields and working with like a field that didn't have any events really there yet to that magnitude. And again, changing and also helping grow the neighborhood as well. Because I think Paulo and his wife Laura were just highlighting again, like just how incredible it was, the event was, but also how the community around them saw the space and able to use the space. And I think that's really what we're trying to be, as inclusive and as pointed as possible. Because again, Bayfit all of our events range from all skill levels. People who've worked out 1,000 times, maybe like me, or if not more. People who are just starting, just bought a pair of shoes, or who are looking to find a strength training community, or looking to run or to do a HIIT workout class. Like, we are as inclusive as possible. And that's something I make sure to hit on with our team. Like, listen, we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable and everybody feels like they're welcomed in this space and they feel like they're welcome to come back.
So I want to pause you right there because I got two things I want to say. That's how I feel at your events. Like, it's just that. That's why when I went to the last event, I was like, oh, this is for level 2 people. This is for the level 2 people. But hey, they had something for us level 1s. Okay, I was running. I had me running. Okay, that was good. That was good for me. But no, I feel like you guys definitely have that. That's why I was so eager to bring other people out, because I know people with different strength levels, and I feel like you could cater to all different audiences. I appreciate that. So yes, shout out that part. I also want to go into like the activation. Yeah. You mentioned Longfellow not having that kind of audience, if you will, getting that type of attention. And so through these events, you're activating, stuff that's already there. It's just kind of just like getting it going again. Right. And so I feel like that's what most people who are transplants don't keep in mind when coming to these new cities. Is like they want to take over rather than just simply activating what's already there and giving it that extra oomph, extra push that they need. Yeah. For sure. You're not coming in disrespecting nothing. No, you're a good transplant. Listen. I approve.
We are trying to be good transplants. I think I'll add one thing to it. The biggest thing that we try to do is we want to help. We want to ask questions. We want to say, okay, we love what you're doing. Like, is there any way we can also help and add any additional value? And if not, like, okay, we'll come and support. I'm not looking at this as a situation where I need something from anybody and they're like looking at something, they need something from us. But ultimately, again, like, if we're connecting with the community, that's the goal. Like, the goal is, to your point before, is to come to an event and feel inspired and feel like, okay, you know what? Like, we love working with Bayfit Co. We love working with, 5-0 Society, anybody else out there, Tone Deaf or Town Strides or Renegade Running. Like, the list is endless of the amazing community and organizations and change makers that we meet and work with every single day. And I think that's just one of the things I've learned, especially with, leading and building out our own form of a community organization, if you will, is really making sure that we stay true to our principles. Like, our whole mantra is together we climb, is we build together. In order for us to get to that next stepping stone or that next point is to truly work together brick by brick, layer by layer.
So speaking of, y'all already know I love when they get me into my next questions. I love when y'all just like help me transition, because it's like I don't do much work. Okay, so you're just as good as your team. Yeah. Right? No, I ain't team. So you're just as good as your team. I want to emphasize that you don't do this all by yourself. At all. That you have an incredible group of strong Black men.
Yeah, we do. We do.
All different shades, okay?
All different shades.
Trusting the process, even delegating roles to bringing your vision to life. How has it been? And what advice have you acquired that you would like to share?
First off, how much time do you have?
We have a lot. We have a lot. Because I really want to know.
Yeah, I think I get sometimes get emotional thinking about it, because I think about just like where we were when we started again. I said before, in November, and it was like an idea on paper. And I remember talking to Brandon and Dav, who were, two of my co-founders, and saying, okay, what are we looking to do in this community? What is our opportunity here? Where do we feel like we have value? And then from there, okay, like, your background is finance and accounting. Your background is marketing and brand consulting. Your background is in, consumer goods and like in owning your own retail, consumer brand. Shout out to Rev Supply. Just again, like what can we do in a space where there's so many different opportunities and groups out here? Like, how can we also, to my point earlier, add value, not step on somebody's toes? And I think that was something that initially was, okay, we're doing this, one event at a time, but we feel like we can do a little bit more. Like I look back and I look at our pictures actually on the way over here for our first circuit with God's Gym, and looking at the lens, we had maybe 15 people who were at that event and who were trusted the vision and the idea of what we're doing. Fast forward to the reset, 100 plus people. We had Trap Yoga with Kenzie and 5 Society. Our partnership with maybe another 100 people. And then we had this past weekend, night shift with another 100 plus people. And it's looking at a lens of like, okay, like we're growing. And it's like I can actually say and also realize not just growing because of numbers, but growing in terms of our team. Like we have Derek who does all our branding and our partnerships and creative solution stuff. We have Dwight who does all the media and the behind the scenes content. Dav, as I mentioned before, does all the consumer retail strategy stuff, and Brandon is literally the foot of this operation. Like without Brandon, honestly, nothing I do is completed. So I can't stress enough how grateful and thankful I am for this incredible group of guys that have trusted me enough to be a part of what we're building, and realizing that, all of us have an opportunity to really just build something together. And I think that's kind of like why I'm so passionate about doing this and being a part of kind of what we're trying to build.
Wow. No, that was loaded, but I'm letting it sink in because I see the brotherhood. I really do. I see the brotherhood and I see the teamwork, and I feel like, sometimes, I don't know if you guys were friends first, but like sometimes when you're doing business with people that you trust, you sometimes may let the logistics, like those kind of things, go out the window. Yeah. And so I'm thankful that it seems like your journey, you guys respect each other enough to like stay in your lane when it comes to the business side.
Listen,
but yeah.
We have team meetings like typically on like Tuesdays and Sundays. And every time I open the call, I'm like, listen, I want everybody to give feedback and say like, what area can, like for me, like what area can I improve on? Or what area can I make sure I highlight more visibility? Or like what area should I step back from? And I want to make sure everybody in the team has a voice. And if they don't feel they have a voice, like what kind of things can we do to improve that? And I think that's also helped because I want to make sure this is an open door of communication. Because again, people are volunteering their time to be a part of this. Like we aren't making billions of dollars off this. And even if we were, I feel like it'd still be the same kind of structure where we want to make sure people connect, they grow, they feel empowered, they feel emboldened, and they feel, okay, I'm confident to do anything that I want to do. And knowing that you have the support of not only just the 5 of us, but anybody in the community who wants to be a part of what we're doing, and or we can maybe be a part of what you're doing. And I think that's really the biggest thing and biggest blessing that I found with being a part of this incredible team, and encouraging anybody who's trying to start something, like write it down. I have a journal, highlight it, look back on it and say, okay, what areas can I expand on this diagram of where I want to be, where I want to go? Because we pivoted a lot of different times. We've done a lot of different ideas, and some haven't landed. Some have landed. Some things, stay tuned, follow us on Instagram, BayFitCo, and on TikTok, BayFitCo. You'll be able to see more of the content and stuff that we're putting out there and building out.
Hurt. No, I'm still all this passion for registered. That food is
That's
good.
good, man. It's really good.
Okay. So I want to get into expansion.
Yeah.
You recently just launched an app, Tandem.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you also launched that alongside Shanon Watson.
Yes.
Shout out Shanon Watson.
Shout out Shannon.
We're going to have to bring you on the show next time. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Which is also, so just so you guys know, Tandem is furthering your mission, if you will, to get people to move and connect. Yeah. And so I want to move and connect with similar interests.
Right.
Okay. Let me make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
What can we expect to see? Because I feel like it has a lot of similarities with Bayfit. Like Tandem is the right app to find somebody to go to a Bayfit collective event with. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
It's a connective layer and connective tissue intersecting between community and wellness. And also at the same time, it's your point. Tandem is a situation where you don't have to worry about, will I be able to run today or will I find someone to run with? Tandem will pair you someone with the same skill set, same pace, same location, same activity. And it's a continuity element because let's be honest, we're all routine-based people. The minute that my routine stops, everything about my life stops. Tandem is that engine that gets you started again, gets you committed again, gets you held accountable, but also holding somebody else accountable. So when it comes to, again, to your point, going to a BayFitCo event, it's like, hey, listen, I matched with Derek or Jalen or Brandon or X, Y, and Z individual on Tandem. Now we're going together. We're going to a workout together. Now we formulate a friendship. And then it's like now another person meeting somebody else on the app. So again, like what we're doing, we're launching very, very soon And we're going to have running, walking, cycling, high rocks will be the first iteration of sports that we have. And from there, we're expanding in V2, V3 with a multitude of additional sports. And we're launching here in the Bay Area first. So if you haven't, make sure to follow us on tandem.app on Instagram or tandem.app.com online to sign up for the wait list. Because, again, we're trying to, build something that is bigger than just Shanon or I. It's something that we all struggle with when, again, it comes to consistency and accountability, and Tandem, helps accelerate that.
I love it. I'm really excited. I'm going to get the app, okay? Because I'm not on any of the dating apps. I learned my lesson, okay? I'm done with the dating apps. So maybe Tandem. Maybe I find it on Tandem,
Listen. Bumble BFF meets Strava, meets Hinge is what Tandem is. So,
I see the vision.
We're just very excited. And again, looking back on that, we were starting in October, of last year and saying, okay, what is the problem that a lot of people face? And I was like, literally consistency, working out, getting up every day and feeling encouraged. Because again, I was a Division I student athlete, but the minute that my sport stopped, I was like, well, my routine was different. I had practice at 5 to 7 in the morning on Mondays and Fridays. And I had practice from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which was a lift. And I had a practice in the morning from 6 to 8. And I had 4 internships along with 18 credits. So every single day was routine. I knew what I was doing every day for 4 years. I graduated and I'm like, oh, all I have to do is work. I can maybe go to the gym. I can eat late. I can, watch TV and not have to worry about these different things. And it was like, wait, no, you can't do that because you have a job. You got to actually be functional. But it took a while to get back on track, no pun intended. And I think that's something that Tandem is looking to help, because there's a lot of people just like me, just like you, just like, others out there who want to get back, doing what they love to do, but they don't know how to, and or they're scared to do it maybe alone. Or maybe they're just like, what, I just want another opportunity to restart a new opportunity when it comes to those things. So again, Tandem will be live in the App Store very, very soon. And if you want to learn more about what we're doing, you go on tandem.app. You'll see more stories from Shanon, myself, some of our incredible friends who were a part of our first video shoot. And we're really excited to kind of bring this, first right here to the Bay Area community. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Shan or anybody who's a part of Tandem.
Yeah, make sure you join the waiting list now.
Please.
Yeah. So before I let you go, I have some fun questions to ask you, because I know you as a gym rat, you as a health rat, exercise rat, and so I just want to pick your brain a little bit, okay? Because if you can do it, then I know it's So you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Biggest gym pet peeve.
Biggest gym pet peeve. Not racking weights. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Or they, put them in the wrong area, and I'm over here walking over, trying to pick a 30 up, and it's like a 40, and I'm looking super weak because I'm realizing, wait, it's a 40-pound weight when it's actually supposed to be a 30-pound weight. I think that's kind of my biggest pet peeve. The other one, I think, is when people leave towels in the locker room, and then they're just all over the place. That's
what
crazy.
What gyms are you? You need to upgrade.
No, listen, I upgraded the gym now, but I'm saying before it was what's going on?
Yeah.
Lifetime doesn't have that problem, but
good.
Great gym. Lifetime in Walnut Creek. If y'all need a really nice gym, check out Lifetime.
It's in Walnut Creek.
It's in Walnut Creek. It's a little far,
right?
But it's a great gym, and I think that I haven't had a problem there, but other gyms that won't be named, I was like, listen, I'm like, well, why are the towels on the ground? Why are the weights not racked? Why am I tripping over a weight? I'm trying to show off for somebody and I'm lifting the wrong weight, and it's just it's not working.
No, I feel that. That'll resonate with somebody who goes to the gym.
Listen.
Morning workout or evening workout?
Oh, man. I'm a morning workout guy. It's funny because my team laughs because they're like, oh, Logan probably ran a 10K today. Even today, we were hanging out earlier, Logan probably ran 10 miles today. I'm like, well, I ran 6, but I did something. But I think morning has always been something to activate my day. I'll work out at 5 or 6 in the morning. And then, I'll go to work, and then I'll run in the afternoon because I'll see people running on the way home. I don't want to run today. I'm like, people run. I'm like, maybe I will run. But I think morning has definitely been my go-to.
Cardio or strength training?
Ooh. I mean, I would say cardio. Everyone thinks they're thinking cardio, but I'm saying strength training because I'm trying to
You're lean.
Right, but I'm trying to not be lean. I'm trying to be swole. People on my team, maybe lifting.
Logan.
Listen. I'm Dav and Brandon and Derek and all of them and Dwight. They all be lifting. I'm like, listen, I gotta make sure I keep up with them. I can't be the smallest one on the team, but I think that my love is cardio. My passion and growth element is definitely trying to get me stronger. So I think it's like an intersection of the two, which is kind of like why I like being able to do both.
You're answering these questions really well. Okay. All right, last one. Ice bath or sauna?
Sauna.
You're a Walnut Creek kind of guy for sure.
Listen.
Yeah.
I am not ice baths. Like I did them in school, hate them. I did them when I played football, hated them. And I did them when I got older. I'm like, you know what? This is actually kind of cool, but I still hate them.
You guys did some ice baths at some of your events.
We've done. Listen, there's a member of our team who has still not done the ice bucket challenge. He said he was gonna do one. Yeah, Derek, I'm talking to you, brother. Listen, the Snowman Iceman Challenge, the next reset, Derek will be in the water doing the ice bucket challenge. I'm trying to tell you right now, it's going to happen. I might do it too, just to make sure that, like, he's not the only one doing it. But I think that really for me, I love the sauna. I feel like it's just relaxing, it's euphoric. And then also, like, I'm a spa, steam room. Like, that's my routine.
That's why your skin looks good too.
Listen, I'm trying to get like y'all, man. I'm trying to get some new skincare products and skincare routines. But I think the biggest thing is when you do the sauna and steam room, it resets your body and you just feel like really relaxed. And I do that typically like 3 times a week in between or after my strength workouts and, get it right.
Oh, yeah. I'm team sauna too. We have one upstairs.
Listen.
We have the at-home sauna. Yeah.
Listen.
My mom, she don't play. She
Big
loves
time.
it. Like,
Listen.
she's all into it. Because
Listen.
her gym, the gym sauna was closed for a week.
Yeah.
She was not.
Listen, I understand
She's like you.
I understand.
I paid. I know. So she had to come buy her own.
Listen, tell her to send me the link. I'm going to buy the same exact one. I'm going to buy the same exact one. Yes.
All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. Logan, thank you so much for coming on to share about Bayfit Collective and what your initiative is and what it is you guys are pushing forth out into the world alongside your app Tandem and what's to come with that. I'm really grateful to poke your brain and kind of like, get to know more about you a little bit. Maybe you'll be my partner. Maybe we got some similar interests. Okay.
Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. And I just want to say thank you to having us and thank you to just highlighting the amazing thing you do in the community and to get you definitely your flowers. And we wouldn't be who we are without people like you telling our stories. So thank you again for taking the time.
Thank you. And thank you guys at home for watching. I'll see y'all next week.
Tuning into the Jam Hour, where we talk on the hottest topics. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. CT on YouTube.